Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel. My name is Sohum and today I'm reacting to Seven Sins by Ren. And I believe this is the first track off of the new album Sick Boy, which you absolutely have to check out if you haven't already. I'm assuming you're watching this after having checked out the album. I'm still working my way through it as you can see here. I listened to a bunch of the singles that Ren released up until this album release, and all of them have been amazing. All of them have been vastly different from one another, with different lyrics, different messages, different genres, everything. So Ren is just a master at work. He just does whatever he wants to do, and it sounds amazing. So I literally have no idea what to expect here from Seven Sins. I know this is just like a visual thing. There's no actual lyrics or anything, so I pulled up the lyrics on the side for us, so it'll be easy for the reaction here. But yeah, if you enjoy my Ren reaction, please hit that subscribe button. It helps me out greatly. I'll try to do more in the future. And yeah, without further ado, let's just get into it. Yeah. Gosh, it sounds like there's like a church choir and an organ merged into one. Like the effect of the choir singing and then also the effect of what the organ sounds like. That's really cool. Wow. Oh. The plug. Oh, the strings. The ambiance he creates.
I lay broken on the kitchen floor. I clawed at the laminate. Pain wandered my body, an uninvited guest. Bones of a home where the devil could rest. I cursed the gods, cursed my messiah, cursed my maker. I cursed all of creation. There I lay, feeble and thin. Sick boy, 7 mice. Have you ever felt pain? Stomach wrenching.
Let me give it a pause. There's so many things to comment on already. I'm glad I pulled up the lyrics because I don't know. I wouldn't be able to interpret that at all. I would have probably spent way too long figuring out what he was trying to say. And I don't know what language this is. Oh, I can click on it. Okay, so it's in Welsh. What is he saying? Illness is my teacher. It broke my smile. My bones feel old. Here lies the body of Ren. So I know that Ren has some autoimmune condition. I don't know which specifically, but he has to go in for treatments pretty frequently, and it's affected him for, his entire lifetime seemingly. So, singing about his own illness is, it makes sense why there's so much gravity already and why he started this song out. And also I just realized he's referencing Sick Boy, which is the name of the album, but it also is one of the songs. And it's also the same like melody and cadence of the song of when he says Sick Boy in the song, right? So I like all of these like cross album references he's always doing. I lay broken on the kitchen floor. I clawed at the laminate. Basically, his illness has been ravishing and it's been affecting him literally down to his bones and every part of his body. That's so sad. Why do all geniuses have this like fatal, not flaw, I wouldn't call it, but there's always something that they're afflicted with that they don't deserve? And maybe that's just the archetype of the hero, of the genius, is that there's always some piece that's you would hope was better in their life. But let's keep going.
Messiah, cursed my maker. I cursed all of creation. There I lay, feeble and thin. Sick boy, 7 mice. Have you ever felt pain? Stomach wrenching, unrelenting. Tell me, have you ever felt pain? Condescending, muscles clenching. Tell me, have you ever felt pain? A rose emerges from the pavement cracks. They'll write my eulogy with broken glass. Eternal parallax.
Pain.
Pain the author, I accept this. Pain the teacher, bruised apprentice. Pain was this thing, pain will come. Pain the mother, I'm the son. Pain that splits you, and too many hits you. The dark and the light will converge to one. Pain that twists you, the heavens dismiss you. The Father, the Ghost, and the Holy Son. Body bags,
oh my God, can I just rattle off a couple things on my mind right now? And we'll get to the lyrics. I love the plucked guitar earlier. I love this like swelling, this boom, boom. It's a consistent thing throughout the song that keeps the beat going. Keeps me captivated in that way. But then the emotion comes through with the strings. I believe I saw a bit of a Ren live stream where he was commenting on how much he likes the strings in the Money Game song, in Money Game Part 3. Yeah, I'm right there with you, Ren. I love it when people add strings to songs that you wouldn't normally expect a string instrument. It just creates so much emotion, doesn't it? Right? So, huge fan of that. And I believe the plucked guitar earlier is what I heard. Let's get into the lyrics, because I think that's where the meat so far of my brain power wants to go. Pain, illness, all of these things that he's afflicted with are things that we're all afflicted with in some way, shape, and form, right? We're all dealing with pain in some respect. Pain is always on the horizon, and pain has so many different forms, right? It can be, as Ren says, the author, the teacher, the system, the mother. Pain can be looked at as a positive thing. Pain can be looked at as a negative thing. It can be a catalyst for change. It can be useless pain, like the pain in a House of Cards, if you know the reference. So the fact that Ren, his entire life, has been dealing with pain, dealing with illness, he understands that pain sharpens you, it hardens you, it makes you sad, it puts you through the vast variety of human emotions, and pain persists throughout. And it's what we do with pain. It's how we perceive pain. It's how we allow pain to enter our lives, or how we reject pain. We can have a very complex relationship with this abstract concept, and I'm really glad he's just talking about these things as candidly and as digestible as he is, because not a lot of people in pop culture ever talk about pain. They talk about pain as a response to some negative behavior, but not pain as like a construct. I ramble. I'm sorry about that. Hopefully you find the thoughts interesting. Yeah, this is so good. Pain that splits you in two when it hits you. So the idea there's a dichotomy. Pain can be good and bad. There's so much that pain has in store for us. It's what we do with it, right? Let's keep going.
Twist you, the heavens dismiss you, the Father, the Ghost, and the Holy Son. Body bagging me. Zip it up quick, cut their things on B. I search for peace in the belly of a beast. Sick boy, onomatopoeia.
I don't comment much on the rhythm and the bars themselves, because there's so many double entendres, and there's also many reactors much more equipped to break down bars like this. He's just good at doing the flow. Onomatopoeia, like nobody thinks to do that except Ren and a couple of those lyrical and rhythmic rappers.
Body bagging me, zip it up quick, cut their things on B. I search for peace in the belly of a beast. Sick boy, onomatopoeia. Running up a fever, following a leader. Wanna be me, huh? Grass isn't greener. Bright lights, seizure, dynamite.
Yep, everybody wants to be these famous people, these geniuses, these elites in society. They want to be Ren, right? He's super successful, famous, a genius, a musical artiste. He's all of those things, and we want to be him, but do we really? Do we know what it takes to be Ren? The amount of hard work he puts in and day out, the difficulties he deals with in his personal life, and with all of the things that he mentioned in High Ren, the psychosis, the autoimmunity. I mean, it always looks greener, right? We're always living our lives and jealous of the others, coveting what others have, but we don't actually realize what they have. It may not be what is good for us, you know? That's just one line. There's so many lines. I could just go in. I don't want to waste all of your time, but hopefully you're enjoying it so far.
Be me, huh? Grass isn't greener. Bright lights, seizure, dynamite dealer. Dine at the table of the coroner, eat top fuck. 13 years and I've been feeling so stop. Lucky number 13, just my luck.
The 13.
Empires tumble, rubble and dust. The universe shrinks and the planets combust. In God we trust. God tied a noose to his neck and he walked to the edge and he jumped.
Wow.
Angels wept, I bear witness, watching the whole thing unfold from my bed. A bed where I never deep rest. A bed where I'm always depressed. A bed with the human oppressed. A bed for a tomb where I slept. A bed in the room that's a room for this mess. Sick boy bitten by a tick boy. Tell me how it feels to be buried while you breathe. Stones and sticks boy, pain is a gift boy. Hard to make a stand when you crawl on your knees and I kneel.
Yeah. Ren reactions always. I'm always just like hands in my head kind of thing, because of how much is going on. Wow, I love that beat. I love that driving beat. We picked up the speed, and it's not even the speed. It's just like the drive pushing us further along in the song. I love the reference to lucky number 13, but it's really an unlucky number. There's a lot of doubles within this. The references to religion, God committing self-deletion, I mean, angels weeping, these are all very powerful images, and he just throws them out all at once. All of these abstract concepts that, you know, I could write hundreds, if not thousands, if not tens of thousands of words in an essay, just unpacking a song like this with all of its unique calls to different these abstract concepts, right? I really like this whole section here where he's talking about the bed. This whole and he did it with pain too, right? He described all of the different roles of pain. He's describing all of the different roles that a bed can have, right? And if you're sick, you're oftentimes bedridden, so your life can be tied to the bed in a way that it wouldn't necessarily be for others, where others may just use it for sex, they just may use it for taking a nap and resting. There's a different meaning to bed if you look at it from Ren's perspective specifically. So, he's talking about here, I can't even rest in my bed carefully. I can't get that deep rest. Maybe it's anxiety, maybe it's problems with other things going on because I'm depressed. A bed where the human is oppressed, chained to the bed. People have been enslaved and living in their beds for times. But the bed is a tomb, as a symbol or corollary towards death. A bed in this room that's a womb for this mess. Oh, that's so clever. And you want to know why? It's because most of the time people, when they're telling you to get your life together, like Jordan Peterson, for example, he'll say, make your room, clean your bed, all of these kind of things, right? And it's a, common adage. It's adage that's persisted for a long time, right? So it's common to just clean your room, and that's the focal point of catalyzing improvement in your life. Because if you can't even handle your own room, clean that up, be peaceful and tidy within yourself, how can you expect to survive elsewhere? So the room, the bed, is literally the womb, the genesis of this peace that you could have for yourself. So when the room isn't clean, everything around is a mess and it's chaos. That's why I feel like if I don't do my laundry or don't do my dishes or I leave the emails for future Sohum, I feel like everything's a mess. But in reality, I should clean my room first and then incrementally work on the harder problems. Yeah, we're on how many verses? Verse 3 of, okay, just keeps going. I'm in for the long haul with Ren, so I appreciate you all sticking with me up until this point.
It feels to be buried while you breathe. Stones and sticks, boy, pain is a gift, boy. Hard to make a stand when you crawl on your knees, and I kneel. I kneel at the altar of my own disease and I beg. I beg this guy for mercy, mercy never came. I did me dirty, 33 and hurting, cursing. Jesus died at 33 and still my sins are lurking. Gears are turning, future stays on.
God, he switches up everything so I can never know what he's gonna do. It's impossible to predict.
Free and hurting, cursing. Jesus died at 33 and still my sins are lurking. Gears are turning, future stays uncertain. Surgeon incision, murder ambition. Fear of the unknown preserves a religion. Denounced the gods when my body went missing. Back then, the pain spray ricochet.
Fear of the I mean, of course, of course, he just comes up with more poetry, more just wisdom, right? That's what Ren is. He's a wisdom machine, a bard, right? Fear of the unknown preserves a religion. So because we don't have all the answers as humans, we are mortal, we are fallible, we kind of defer to religion because it's reductionist. It gives us an easy way out in the face of the unknown. And the unknown is scary, understandably. If we don't know what's going to happen, there's always that apprehension. That's human nature. We are risk averse. We don't want to go forward into the unknown, into the void, into the abyss. So religion kind of serves as a way to coddle you. And I don't want to say unilaterally because I understand and respect religion a lot. But oftentimes religion is used as a bandage for the actual real insecurities that a lot of us have. Maybe generated from society, maybe inherent within human nature, but religion does serve as that bandage in a lot of senses. Then he says, denounced the gods when my body went missing. So he lost his religion, he lost his faith with the Lord once he couldn't control himself, once he fell ill. So it's understandable where a lot of people who deal with such adversity for seemingly no reason, who are traumatized, who are terrorized, who are harmed for no good reason, like even young kids, right? This happens literally to this day. You can look at all these wars and conflicts. Why would you almost believe in God if this is all you know? All you know is torment. Your body has been killing itself, realistically. What kind of life is that? What kind of God would allow that? I don't know. I don't want to get into a whole religious thing here. It's just very interesting. Food for thought, and Ren just always perks up your own imaginations. He always at least exposes you to the concepts that are out there instead of just, casually using the noun or casually talking about like pain as a flat thing you can feel, an emotion you can feel. It's actually more than that. It's a concept. Religion is more than just the choice, Christianity, whatever. Anyways.
Murder ambition, fear of the unknown preserves a religion. Denounced the gods when my body went missing. Back then, spray ricochet like a Mac 10.
Ooh.
Hot lead hit the bed that was trapped in. Red wing seraphim out of God's grace. Cried tears from heaven like Clapton. Stick pins in the...
I need to go back. I like that the drum is very hard to catch here. You hear that? It's kind of that it's like staggered a little bit.
Missing back then. The pain spray ricochet like a Mac 10. Hot lead hit the bed that was trapped in. Red wing seraphim out of God's grace.
What a good double there, right? Like the Mac 10, this like submachine gun, is spraying hot lead, but the hot lead is actually pain, and pain causes him to be bedridden because he's trapped in his bed because of his illness, and now he's being riddled by bullets of pain. It's really good.
Tears from heaven like Clapton. Stick pins in the voodoo Hendrix. Thick skin, stay humble Kendrick. Stay skeptic, check the biometrics. Bloodstained crime
The
scene.
shout out to Jimi Hendrix, the shout out to Kendrick Lamar. God, it's like he's drawing from literally every part of the world. Religion, philosophy, pop culture, his own life, illness, healthcare. I mean, what? It's so cool. It's like we're reaching this like singularity where all things are interconnected, which they are, by the way. All things are connected.
Forensic. Lights on, lights out. Fade into the background. So down, so down.
Wow.
Running from the silhouette of self-doubt. By now.
I love these lines. Ren is just a one-line machine, and he like generates like half the song is like one-liners, you know? Running from the silhouette of self-doubt. So the silhouette of self-doubt, how do silhouettes get created? They're created basically as a reflection, not a reflection, but as a shadow cast over from the actual original form. So the silhouettes, they follow you wherever you go. And it's an analogy to High Ren as well. Like this other side of you is always casting doubt over you, no matter what you do. You can dim the shadow, you can kind of ignore it, and that's a viable and possible approach. But no matter what you do, the silhouette of self-doubt, the silhouette of, negative self-talk, these things will follow you. And it's our responsibility to deal with those things because they're always there. They're always present, right? Really clever wordplay.
From the silhouette of self-doubt. By now, really should have figured this shit out. Lights on, lights out. Smack down. Let it be. Quote John Lennon. Click clack, John got shot for attention. What does that tell you about the good of intentions? Bitterness formed in a storm of aggression. Profits get dropped, imagining.
I love how the tone of his verses changes between verse to verse to verse, right? I feel like as we've progressed, we've kind of seen him go from, just kind of like normal, we can call it normal, going from normal to maybe extra sad to now kind of angry. You can almost hear it through the delivery of his lines and specifically the lyrics themselves. I just kind of like put some attention on that just now.
What does that tell you about the good of intentions? Bitterness formed in a storm of aggression. Profits get dropped, imagining heaven. Martin Luther, Mahatma, Dad, 6-6 followed by 6-7.
Like even though these people are like Mahatma Gandhi, Martin Luther King, these people are considered like the best of the best in terms of just being a pure human. And, there's reasons to argue that they aren't specifically, and there are other people who are greater. But just as examples, even though they're doing their best to preach for religion, to preach for peace, they're still deadened, right? They're still assassinated. They're still killed. There's still a reason that people view them as actually sources of problems because, yeah, they're preaching peace, but guess what? It's in the face of religion. It's in the face of this control, this anger that everybody seems to want to hold on to.
Build and praise and bury him dead. I was born to be half a man with half a chance. My heart isn't half righteous, half is down and half a gram. Half those troubles and thoughts stay darker than a Rukai master plan. Sharper than glass shards, splinter and cinnamon. Irony could kill a man. He makes money when the music lands. Expand, pay me my cheese, rain down parmesan. Followed by 7.
Rain down parmesan. My arm got tired holding my mic, so I had to switch arms. So I'm gonna do that now. Yeah, more references to him being sick, being half a man. Just, I don't know specifically what his illness does to him. So if you can leave it in the comments, I would love to know the answer, and I'll probably just look it up separately. But yeah, the fact that he's afflicted with all of this, and now he's just giving bar after bar of how he's been afflicted, how it affects him, all of these things at once, and over the course, we're at verse 7 now. There's an 8th one below, and it's only 3 minutes and 47 seconds. I don't know. This is like, it's so fast paced and rapid fire. And I love that he has, and I'll just like speak generally to the album, right? I love that even the length of his songs varies so much because some songs are faster paced like this one. Other songs, you can chew on it a little bit more. You can mull it over. You can experience it a little bit more slowly. and both have very differing effects. Because now if I listen to Seven Sins again, even up until this point that I have so far, I'll be able to catch so many other things, and now the meaning becomes even more dense, and my love for the album, my love for Ren, my love for the song should increase as well. It's just so smart for so many reasons. And then he has a slower paced song like Money Game Part 3, which isn't even slow. There's so much going on. It's so dense with information, but it's like tempo wise slower. Let's just praise Ren, right? I always say that in my Ren reactions. Praise this man. What a good guy.
Makes money when the music lands, expand, pay me my cheese, rain down parmesan. Followed by seven whole sins for a self-made Armageddon. Sin 1, pride. Pride makes a man kill a man for his ego to survive.
I didn't even ever think about the title of the song, Seven Sins. We're here now.
Armageddon. Sin 1, pride. Pride makes a man kill a man for his ego to survive. Sin 2, lust. Lust makes the grass look greener, crucifies trust. Sin 3, gluttony. Humans consume and consume. Planet Earth gets a frontal lobotomy. 4, sloth. Rinse and repeat. Reruns, repeat. Time lost. Sin 5, and...
Yeah, I don't have to reiterate everything he says. It's all right. Everything Ren is saying right now is correct. And really poetic way to put what the sins are and what they actually mean. Not just the surface level, like lust, meaning like, oh, I want to have sex with anybody and everybody. It's like actually you are, excuse my language, graping the planet.
Reruns, repeat, time lost. Sin 5, envy. That's when one man's win is another man's frenzy. Sin 6, wrath, rage, vengeance, killers, psychopath. Sin 7.
I need to go back and look at if each of these 7 verses before verse 8 all individually spoke to one of those sins. I'll do it at the end, but is that what happened here? We got to verse 8 because 7 of the first verses were each of the sins?
Greed.
It took me 22 minutes to get to that conclusion.
Greed plants a seed that will destroy us all if we succumb to greed. If we take what we need and take more than we need, then our oceans will bleed. Still we feed and we feed and we sleep and repeat.
Oceans will bleed. Just such good imagery too. It's so good.
Greed, if we take what we need and take more than we need, then our oceans will bleed. Still we feed and we feed and we sleep and repeat. Then we exile the shepherds and follow the sheep. We inherit the meat. We inherit.
Exile the shepherds and follow the sheep. Every line is so good. Oh.
This world that we bruise and we beat. We inherit this vanity, so because of creeds. Inherit the liars, the murderous thieves. One sin for every one day of the week.
I need to eat food after this one. I burned so many brain calories trying to do this reaction. God, there's so many things to compliment Ren on in this, and I think the most important thing, the thing that obviously should stick out to us the most, is the lyrics, is the meaning of the song. And he's captivating how all of these sins he's experienced in his own life as well, and we all experience and we perpetuate on a daily basis, right? Every day of the week there's a new sin. There's always something that can ruin the planet, that can make our lives worse. I like that he always casts spotlights directly on these concepts, right? He doesn't sugarcoat it. He doesn't kind of beat around the bush, that kind of thing. He literally calls it out as precisely as anybody can. And that's why, I reiterate a lot of the same points, but I just like to further ingrain that within my thinking and within your guys' thoughts as well, is the fact that Ren literally is preaching. He's giving us such wisdom, and the wisdom is packaged in a way that is digestible to a very modern audience. This kind of music wouldn't be possible with people who are more closed-minded, right? Because he's speaking directly to things. So he's actually opening up people's minds through his art in a digestible way, in a way that is contemporary, with words that are easily recognizable to a majority of us. I mean, he is exactly the kind of person that we need. I don't think there's anything else left to be said. I hope you enjoyed the reaction. If you did, hit that subscribe button. Have a great rest of your day, everyone. Take care, and peace.